What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to a brand new stream. And today, this will be my review of the Living with Chucky documentary. Overall, it was a really great documentary. It of course pretty much shows everybody from the franchise, Don Mancini, of course, Alex Vincent, Christine Elise, um uh, and pretty much everybody else. They pretty much talk about how much they really do like enjoy working with each other, and they enjoy. And of course, it had Brad Dorff and Fiona Dorff as well in the documentary. The documentary as well. Um, and of course, they talk. Of course, with the first movie, they talk. Don Mancini, of course, talks about his inspiration. Of course, that one Twilight Zone episode with of course, that one Twilight Zone episode, Talking Tina. The fact that the original idea was called Blood Buddy, but then of course got changed to Child's Play, and and it pretty much goes over the history of the movie, like how like kids like well um and of course Don Mancini's idea for the for it as well. Like, what if we had this 2 foot tall doll running around killing people, and of course Don Mancini's whole um um they pretty much go over the whole franchise. Well, except for the TV show, they didn't really go over the TV show in the documentary. Of course, despite the documentary releasing last year in 2023, overall though, it was a really great documentary. Of course, like I said, you have Christine Elise, you had well, they didn't really go over the whole thing about how MGM owns the rights to the original movie, but then Universal got all the rights to the sequels, and they didn't really go over the whole thing about why Catherine Hicks, of course, wasn't in the second movie Onward, and or anything like that. Of course, you have Jennifer Tilly in there, of course, as well in the documentary, of course, talking about her role, of course, as Tiffany. And then you had even Billy Boyd was in there. It was great. It was great to see him in the documentary as well, despite, Seed of Chucky still and always will be a big pile of crap movie, and and will always remain my least favorite of the whole franchise. That is never going to change unless somehow something happens that, and there is somehow a movie that's worse than Seed. Um, but yeah, of course they also went over the puppeteering and the animatronic work for Chucky, of course, and how you got to get the mouth movements right, and how you got to get the animatronic work on the doll, like. And of course, that is not very easy, of course, as we have seen throughout the documentary. Notification from Critical Overlord. Huh. Yep, new Scream 7 video from Critical Overlord coming. I will be sure to watch that, buddy. But, yeah, though, yeah, anyway, yeah, they go over the animatronic work for Chucky. Of course, it doesn't take. Of course, it is not something that is easy. It takes a lot of puppeteers and a lot of animatronic work, to get the doll moving right and stuff. And of course, it takes a lot of and it takes a lot of um of course, people to even like move the mouth so that Brad Dourif can, of course, get the words pretty much right, and so that the people that are working on the mouth movements and stuff. So yeah, that was great to hear. Of course, of course they of course they talk about how having multiple Chuckies in Colt was of course something that Don Mancini of course wanted to do back in Child's Play 3, but of course he wasn't able to do it back in Child's Play 3, which is of course why he did it in Colt and Colt of Chucky. And um so that was great. Um and they pretty much also went over the whole thing about the uh, they also said that uh it was like minus 40 degrees when they were filming Cult of Chucky in Winnipeg. So yeah, that is very cold. Luckily though, they all pretty much had their luckily though they all pretty everybody pretty much had their their warm clothes and everything so that they don't get too cold. Um and from the documentary, yeah, we all pretty much do give um uh Don Mancini a lot of. However, when you look at him in like interviews or like in documentaries, he really does seem like a nice guy, a genuinely nice person. But but I still want to know to this day, Don Mancini, why is Child's Play 3 your least favorite? I will never understand that at all. But yeah, and of course they talk about how the House for Curse definitely was an inspiration from Insidious and The Conjuring. So yeah, that was really nice to hear. And of course, you have Alex Vincent, of course, talking about when he came back for the franchise during the Curse of Chucky end credit scene, and that was great. Um and of course you had Billy Boyd talking about Glenn and Glenda and the whole thing with that, the whole that community that I'm probably not even going to mention, but you know what community I'm talking about. But yeah, though, but yeah, that was really great to hear as well. Um, and there was also and of course they also were talking about how it was really cool that at the end of Cult of Chucky, it was really cool to have Chucky possessing Nika's body, even though role wise within the franchise it doesn't make any sense because he's supposed to possess the first person that he reveals his true self to. Um and but I do still get it. It of course did give Fiona more to do, pretty much, and she pretty much nails. Um, and she even talks about how like how it was really how she like wanted to pretty much how it was pretty difficult kind of nailing her dad's mannerisms, his movements, his voice, his laugh. So that was really nice to hear as well in the documentary. Um, uh, uh, Sadly though, Christina Lees and Chris Sarandon were no Catherine Hicks and Chris Sarandon were not in the documentary though, sadly. So yeah, that was pretty. So yeah, that kind of sucked. Of course they talk about the director, Tom Holland. No, not the Spider-Man one, the one that directed Fright Night. Of course, the original director of the original Child's Play, and of course they also talked about The factory scene, of course, at the end of Child's Play 2, and how that scene was so much fun to film in the second movie. Um, and they talk. Of course, they didn't really. Of course, they didn't do the TV show, even though this documentary was released last year in 2023. But still, though, if you're a huge Child's Play fanatic like myself, definitely give the documentary a watch. It's for free to watch on YouTube. Definitely give the Living with Chucky documentary a watch. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys thought about the Living with Chucky documentary. If you guys got around to watching it, what did you guys think of the documentary? And yeah, you guys, just wanted to give my review of the Living with Chucky Child's Play documentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe as always for more videos. And of course, they didn't. And of course, they didn't talk about the remake because obviously, they wanted no involvement with the 2019 remake at all. Which, I definitely can understand that, but I will never understand, the hate that the 2019 remake gets at all. But yeah, though, you guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe as always for more videos. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload both brand new videos and brand new live streams. And as always, guys, keep on slashing, keep on watching horror movies. Let me know what you guys thought about the Living with Chucky documentary down below in the comments. I really would love to hear you guys' thoughts on the Living with Chucky documentary. And of course, if you guys have not yet watched it, go check it out. It's for free to watch on YouTube. Peace out, guys.